good, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle with Nadeska, Wayno, and Academics. It is Thursday, Friday, my favorite day of the week. Gentlemen, how are you feeling today?
Feeling really good. I'm feeling really good. Listen, I wish it was Monday. It kind of got... this week's been a lot of content. I feel like we might have to add 2 more shows.
Yeah, we missed Monday, which is your favorite day of the week, so I understand why you're feeling thrown
that's
off.
why we were doing numbers in the middle of the week. Okay,
Yeah.
we did. But still, for trying to do it for a good cause, of course. But yeah, I think it's been a lot of content this week, and I love when we have a loaded Thursday. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I feel good too. I'm a little tired though. I feel like you know when you get to the end of the race, it's just like, all right, let's get through it. But I'm feeling good.
Wayne, I've been putting in work, man, because he got that Yankee fitted on, man. He probably got a Tim's on too, man. Like anything can happen, man. Straight New York time.
Here we go.
He's ready for that Fab and Jada battle. That's what it is.
Absolutely ready for that one. That's gonna be great.
All right, let's start with some drama, I suppose. Eminem versus Revolt. So a leaked version of Conway's track Bang featuring Eminem popped up recently, and in this version we hear Eminem taking some shots at Joe Budden and then also Diddy's Revolt network. So he says, shout out to Puffy Combs, but fuck Revolt. Y'all are like a fucked up remote. So the Revolt Instagram page actually responded first, simply saying, fuck you too, Eminem. And then eventually they released a statement to Billboard saying, why does Eminem, someone who is a guest in Black culture, think he can talk down to Revolt? Revolt is a Black media company owned by a Black entrepreneur with a majority Black team. Stop laughing, Wayno. I'm trying to get through this here now. Eminem responded on Twitter saying
that's a real statement?
It's a real statement.
I didn't know that they did that. That's why I'm laughing. I never heard that one.
Okay, so Eminem then responded to them saying he agreed, saying this is an unnecessary distraction, never meant for the verse to be heard. I was heated in the moment, then I thought better of it and pulled it back. So basically he said that his WeTransfer got hacked, so a lot of music is going to be leaking. He says, I don't have any issues with Revolt. I'd actually welcome the opportunity to work with them on some positive things. Okay, go ahead, get your jokes in now, since you guys thought that was so funny.
Oh man, why is Eminem apologizing, yo? Like, listen, there was no other route for Revolt. I think that was very convenient for them to do that, right? But we talk about Eminem diss everybody, like Eminem diss everybody. He's always been a person that says all types of shit, and that's just who Eminem is. I don't look at it like Eminem is attacking a Black mogul and he's doing all of these negative things at this time. Eminem should stand on his words. I hate to hear like verses that if they did somebody should have never came out, because it's just truly what they felt. If he really never wanted it to come out, he should have deleted it. Point blank and simple. He should have deleted this shit, or it should only, if it's in his WeTransfer, it should only be in his Pro Tools in his house or whatever the case may be. But it's like, Revolt, y'all bugging with that. Like, come on, bro. Like, they went with that
6 months ago, he might not have apologized, but I think considering everything that's going on right now, he probably thought that was the safest route.
Oh my god! Like, for real?
I'm with
Hey, bro,
Can't believe you guys laughed through the whole statement.
Hey, I am with it, man. Listen, kudos to Revolt. Somebody's over there in the PR department saying, yo, niggas must be tone deaf. Hey, listen, let one of these white media personalities get at me. I'm pulling my Black card. I am pulling my Black. This is one of the few times, and listen, I usually just despise and detest when somebody pulls out the Black card, but we're already under attack by the police and the white supremacist system. Let us chill right now, okay? And to keep it real, Eminem kind of bodied them, to keep it real. By the way, I don't know how great Revolt is doing just in general, but if I'm Diddy, I'm writing that message. How dare you attack a Black-owned company by a Black man who also, who made bad work? Of course. Again, I think, it came out at the wrong time. I do give credit to M for responding. Of course, the timing is off. That's why the apology is needed, right?
Right.
Because, and I'm not going to ever say anyone is doing too much when they use the Black card right now to say, yo, we're focused on protesting. You over here dissing us? You know what I mean? Like, yo, it works. I'm sorry. It works. But in reality, M does that. But we have to give Eminem credit. The mere fact that in the last, I want to say 18 months, Eminem has literally dissed YouTubers. He's dissed me. He's dissed any and everybody who has mentioned him or critiqued him maybe in an unfair way. And like while some might say he's press, I actually think that's what rap is. He responds in rap. He did get on one Twitter rant, which was a little random, but still, he's keeping it in the music. Right. And again, clearly he wasn't done having bars for Joe. He was really calling Joe out. He was saying, yo, I gave you bars before. I think that was after the first time he did this song with Conway was after the first time he did Joe. He was like, yo, if you see the playoff words, he's like, yo, when you get pressed, you do nothing in terms of, yo, you're not going to throw no punches back. He even said that too. So I think he was trying to bait Joe to give a response or probably have a kill shot moment, which, even though I think MGK had a really great showing in that little confrontation, a lot of people said, M showed that he's always in rare form when it comes to battle. I think he's actually been trying to bait Joe into a battle. And shit, I even saw Joe's statement. Joe's like, no, I'm kind of happy doing a podcast, but I understand what he would say, which is so benevolent. You can't even be mad at it. So, hey, it is what it is. In these times, though, M gotta apologize.
So, question.
Sorry.
Question.
Bro, they took off Aunt Jemima off the thing. Bro, listen, this is
unprecedented. It's just like
we getting
Eminem,
everything the fuck out of here, man.
It's just like seeing Eminem apologize about it. This record is just crazy to me.
Nah, but you really giggled through the whole Revolt statement. That's
because I never heard it until just now. I didn't even see it until you said it. So I'm like, for real? Like, they really ran with that?
Even my non-existent little brother would be able to think of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's classic. It's easy. Like, why not?
So, Ak, if you did pull your black card one day, do you think Black Twitter will support you?
Fuck.
Stand up for academics.
No, yes. Whoa.
Fuck no.
Right? No. In this moment, right now.
Trust me.
No. They would. I'm going on the front lines. In this moment right now.
You on the front lines of what, academics?
If this moment, I even said it. I was like, in this moment right now, if a white rapper or a white media personality just came at me, that's the first thing I'm pulling out of my pocket. Black card. Okay? You can't diss me right now. Because while you don't I would make it. Of course, it's a little bit like I'm like, while I have to go outside and worry about being killed, I have to worry about. I can go outside, wait. Okay, I gotta be thinking about all these things. Your privileged ass get to sit here and make up disses against me. Okay, I'm a victim. I feel attacked. I feel like Black Twitter should mobilize. Let's cancel whoever this is. Okay.
All right, academics. I would love to see it. All right, how about this one? So
that'd be the fucking day.
On a recent
they better ride for me on some Jussie Smollett shit. What?
I mean, the 6ix9ine army will ride for you. Does this fan base have like a nickname?
No. They're not black though. I want the Black Twitter. I want Black Twitter to ride for me. Okay.
You see how I'm happy he said that. You see how they playing? They not black. I know what he doing.
No, they're not. Well, his audience ain't black, but
I'm
everybody.
fucking with you, man. I'm fucking with you.
Wayno would ride for you. He's Black Twitter, so you good. Don't worry about it.
I used to think Wayno was Black Twitter, but I don't see Wayno going crazy on Black Twitter shit.
No, you know what it is? The whole idea of what Black Twitter started as in 2009, because we never named it a thing, is totally different now. It's totally different.
Wayno is like Fabulous Black Twitter. You remember when Fab was on Twitter just cracking a couple jokes? There's Shea Butter Black Twitter, which there's no more jokes. Everything is ultra serious. And to keep it real, even when you make a song saying, hey, I'm sorry I didn't know how to address all of this, yo, shut the fuck up. You're over here trying to get at a woman. You can't.
I'm like one of them founders that don't know what's going on and nobody knows me. So when I come, it's like I come on the court and people's like, who the fuck is this? And they're like, yo, that's one of the people who, and they're like, oh, fuck this old nigga. I'm one of them now. They don't care they don't care nothing about me at all.
Do you think you'll be canceled by Black Twitter?
I don't know.
I don't think you've actually arrived in these days unless you've been canceled by Twitter.
Oh, really?
I mean, they tried to cancel all of us for the Soulja Boy shit. So I mean,
all of you. Wait, what? I thought that was just me and academics. I didn't realize
the whole team. I got heat too. I got a lot of heat too.
No. Wayno ain't really get the heat yet.
I ain't get the heat.
You haven't.
Wayno getting skating. They were trying to. They were trying to cancel Nadeska as a black woman.
Yep.
They were trying to,
I saw artists that
trade her
I've been supporting for years and being respectful to, plus Ja Rule in the comments talking shit. That was crazy. Scammers, yo, go support your local scammers because that's what people really want. Let's move on. During a recent episode of Open Late with Peter Rosenberg, Rosenberg told the Migos that the biggest group in a generation, and they went on to talk about how now everyone raps with their cadence. Take a look.
And I don't know if you guys have heard me. I've said this many times. Y'all are the biggest rap group in a generation. Like this is, this has not happened in a long ass time. You go back to the Outcasts when you think about groups of people that come together this way. And it's been an incredible rise. Were you guys surprised with how high it got so quickly?
Nah, we told y'all. You feel me? But it's crazy. Shout out to Ebro. He didn't understand, but now it's like
We won't blame him.
It's crazy because like the whole industry of music, not just rap, like got that same cadence that he didn't understand.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's like the heart and the body. You gotta in all music. I feel like right now, without that, you can't even.
All right, so would you guys agree now that everyone raps with the Migos cadence? And also, what do you think is the state of the Migos in 2020? A lot of other artists have been coming up out of QC.
Man, I don't care who rapping their cadence at this point, man. Yo, we gave y'all accolades for the last 2 years. Y'all the Black Beatles. Y'all better than the Beatles. Yo, y'all the best ever. Like shit, like y'all the best since Jackson 5. Y'all the best. Yo, come on, bro. Where's the next hot song? That's what I'm at. Okay, we give you all the accolades. There was a time that legit we could say they weren't getting their roses, and a lot of people were like profiting off shit they kind of pioneered. That's done and gone. Okay, y'all have gotten all of it. Like y'all are the big pop stars. Where is the next hot record? Okay, they're like 0 for like 2 or 0 for 3. I don't know. It's sounding spooky. Okay, and listen, the Migos has done it before where they kind of like I won't ever say falling off, but like they've missed the beat and then they've came back and really had an impact in a hard way. But as Wayno likes to say, fuck the numbers, cultural impact. I don't think these new songs are culturally impacting right now. So I want to talk about that. And if you want to ask me about the state of them, I just think personally, to keep it very blunt, they got into Hollywood. They all live in LA now. I love Offset, but like Offset, you can't tell the difference between Offset and me. Maybe because he's a little bit darker and he's a less skinnier. No, wait, no, I don't need your little all-branded jokes. Get out of here.
No.
But you can't tell the difference between us. We both be playing video games like a motherfucker. By the way, where the fuck is the Soulja Boy console? I've been trying to beta test that shit forever. It still hasn't come out. So when you see Offset doing that, Quavo seems super, also relationship-y at this point. Takeoff is figuring it out. And I guess like what's missing to me is that like that 2015 like hood nigga authenticity that was really the core and the driving factor of why everybody thought it was cool. Like they were like the cool dudes who were hood, and now they just seem super commercialized. And I think maybe that's boiling into music. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you, with all their separate situations going on, and after dropping them solo albums, are they really moving together as a unit? You know what I mean? Because like I saw an interview like in their, I don't want to say they're past their prime, but it seemed like they were finishing each other's sentences and ad-libbing the shit. I don't know if that's the same case, but success sometimes causes even the best groups with the best chemistry to fracture. We could look at the Diplomats and we could probably name others.
Yeah, I think see what Rosenberg said is like the best group of their generation. And of course, when people see best in group or best with anything else, they jump out the window. Like of their generation, yeah, they are. They got the numbers. Like Axe said, they got all their flowers. Like I don't think nobody is not showing the Migos, from the people who absolutely don't fuck with that music to the people who always do, showing them their love. They've gotten their love. But as far as like where they at now, I feel like they have lost a bit of their touch. Just like the Migos, they were real trendsetters. You know what I mean? Like they were trendsetters, and I'm talking about everything from the lingo to the flows and all of that. And yeah, I think that because they've been so successful, and I wouldn't say it just happened so fast, they worked really hard for it, but because they became so successful, they kind of separated, and chemistry, like I said, that's another thing. Chemistry is a big thing. Now, regardless of that, they're family. Like before they even artists, you know, their family, their actual blood relatives. So I think that they'll always have that love there, but as a group, they really gotta find that spark because like Taco Tuesday was not it. You know what I'm saying? Like Taco Tuesday wasn't it. Like the joint with Young Boy, cool, but like I never liked that. What you say? You love it? I mean, it's cool.
I like that one. The other two, the Racks Too Skinny and Taco Tuesday, I was like,
so the thing is, what I was about to say is like, you know, we never really looked to the Migos to have a feature or to do a type of record, you know, like a Taco Tuesday for us to fuck with them. I just want to hear the Migos talk that street shit they did before, but it's like what I'm noticing is when you're not living a certain type of way, and you know they're not in Atlanta, they're not living the same way that they was, and not that they should be. It's gonna change. You know what I mean? We've seen every artist, you know, go through this transition, and if they really as great as everybody believes they are, like I do, we gonna see on their next go around if we right or not.
And at that point, are you guys looking for them then to just sort of pick up where you feel like they left off and keep some momentum, or should they then still be setting trends and influencing the next generation?
I think that they should just be setting trends. It's like, you know, they've done like all those flows that they said people copy my flow. That's cool. You know what I mean? People's copy Thug's flows and all of that. People's copy like a lot of people's shit. You got to keep evolving. You know, it's like I don't want to directly compare them because they're in the same camp, but it's like Little Baby, he keeps getting better. You know what I'm saying? Like he keeps getting better. He keeps elevating. He keeps making better records. You know, I just want to see that from them, and that's what they've done. Like they've done that over projects from No Label 2. You know what I mean? Like the culture. Like they've been able to do that shit. So I think that they're more than capable. It's just time to tell. Like,
I think in a roundabout way you just kind of hit the nail on the head with it. Like I think the biggest problem with the Migos is that the Migos these days, they're not trendsetters, they're chasing trends. Taco Tuesday was a song that was chasing a trend. Taco Tuesday was already a pop phenomenon. Just even with people LeBron, saying it, we know LeBron, that making a song about it was trying to, you know, put a soundtrack to already existing thing. What the Migos are known for is actually making a thing the trend and everyone adopting it, even down to their flow. It hasn't been the same in a while. But then beyond that, even how the records are doing, and now I get back to numbers. We did the cultural impact already, Wayne. Back to the numbers.
Okay.
I look at QC and this, it feels like there's inner strife going on. Not only what you might hear on the blogs and maybe how you see how some, like they're separated a bit, but the Migos, like they stopped. Like Baby has a all year, every week release schedule. You know, he dropped a song 2 weeks ago. He dropped another song last week with Young Boy. He about to drop like he's keep going. I wouldn't be surprised if Baby doesn't put out another album by the end of the year. Also, I'm thinking about this, which of course the Migos, they're heavyweight over there at QC, but look how the Yachty release and even the City Girls release, they were kind of handled. I felt like they were kind of a little bit rushed out, given even the fact that, you know, City Girls, they had a leak. But they were kind of rushed out a bit. So when I'm looking at how the Migos are being handled, I'm wondering if any of that kind of plays a part in maybe how it looks as well. So I think it's a bunch of things, but like it is a little bit surprising that the last time they came as a group, we fucked with them. We were cool off the solo albums for the most part, but them trying to come back again, it seems like night and day with the reception. It's just not connecting. But then my last point, and I feel like I have so many points of why shit might not be working. COVID. They're definitely the outside people.
Right.
When you ain't outside, the Migos music don't really hit the same, okay? Like, I remember one time, like, you know, when one of their songs really connected to me, and Wayne won't believe it because he still believe I don't go outside, but I was in a club. I was in a club, okay?
Is that when you went into Casanova?
No funny club, or no, like, no, I was in a actual, you know, lit club, hip-hop. And when that song came on, I'm gonna knock the pussy out like Fight Night. I was like, oh shit! And I seen the reaction. I'm like, damn.
2 years after the record came out, though. Right?
You said what?
Nah, I messed with you. I said 2 years after the record came out.
No. When I heard that, like, yo, the Migos used to have a section, the Hannah Montanas, the Fight Night, The
They
what
got
they had,
hits.
besides, you know, they had like a bunch of, but all of the, what I'm saying is that when those records came up, like came on in that setting, like street niggas, hood chicks, everybody was kind of mobile. Like it's a different energy. We don't have clubs back right now. I don't think the music is made for a protest. By the way, Little Baby just was #1 again for the third week. Here's the thing about Baby. When Baby made that song Bigger Picture, it allowed people to consume his content without thinking, y'all not, like, you're not a rapper that's best for this time. You get me?
Yeah, he's on fire right now.
Yeah, Migos, their music is not suited for what's going on socially. Also not suited for the clubs being closed. So I'm wondering if maybe they shut down a bit just to say, we're going to wait till after this shit's done, then we're going to pop back up.
Which would be fine. Gives them more time to work on the music and get things together. I mean, no one's going to forget the Migos in the meantime. So we hope that in a few months we're having a much different conversation about new music that they drop that we love. And right now, before we go, I want to highlight a couple of new releases. Let's start with Teyana Taylor. So she released her third official album called The Album last Friday. This one has 23 songs, features from people like Rick Ross, Big Sean, Erykah Badu, and Missy. A much longer, more full-length project than 2018's Keep That Same Energy, which was a good album, but a lot of people felt like it got drowned out a bit in the noise of all the good music releases at the time. So how did you guys feel about this? Wayne, I know you definitely had a chance to listen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about Teyana, because I just feel like, you know, for her to be a New York artist, a Harlem artist specifically, right? She just doesn't get a lot of the credit that she should, you know, as far as just being really good as an artist, you know. This album, like when you only Teyana Taylor can take and put Missy and Future on the same record. You know what I'm saying? Like only she could do that, you know. But she had drinks with Erykah Badu, you know. She just has like a really open spectrum where it's like, I think that when she did the Keep That Same Energy album, it was more geared to the you know, how Kanye wanted to do it. Remember, she said like a lot of the songs she sent in, by the time they came out, they wasn't even sounding like that when she sent them.
Right.
So, you know, it seems that she just was, you know, while she is still on good music and all that she was just a little bit more in the driver's seat. And I really think that this is a great project and people need to put their ears on it, for real.
Yeah, I'm still digesting and trying to get into it. I did notice definitely off top, you could tell that it's very blaring and obvious that she has a lot of creative control here. I mean, I know you say having Future and Missy Elliott on the track, like, yeah, like that's a sign that you're in kind of control of your own destiny. But shit, having features like almost back to back in terms of songs, she featured King Combs and also Lauryn Hill. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Again, it showed that she was just in a space of making music. From what I've seen, the reception is really good on this particular project. And I mean, I haven't fully gotten into it yet because, you know, just other stuff going on. But like, I've heard nothing but good things about it. So
you still celebrating #1, I know.
What number one we talking about?
Let's move on. Let's not go back there again. Wale also dropped a new EP called The Imperfect Storm. Nice and concise, 6 tracks. I think there's some really great production on here. This is his first full project since 2019's Wow, That's Crazy. What'd you guys think about this one?
I actually thought it was dope. I think Wale's been in the pocket making some good music. And for the last couple releases, I don't think he's missed. Mm-hmm. Now, that being said, and I don't know if we want to introduce it now.
What?
Well, I'll just say that. Wait, you can give your thoughts. I'll jump back in after. I actually like the project. Okay, I think musically, Wale is in a pocket right now, and to be honest, Wale's never really just put out whack shit. You know, like maybe one album when, you know, had a Diplo feature. You know, he experimented a little bit, but like he's always been pretty consistent in putting out, you know, quality music. You know, I think he's one of those artistes. You know, like he's an artist first. My whole thing is, because I even saw him on, like, you know, social media kind of, you know, complaining a little bit. And I think Wale's a niche artist, you know? And he probably doesn't want to hear that. You know, he probably is hoping that people would say that his music is going to make noise on a very mainstream, huge level as all artists would want their art to be consumed like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the case. And I saw him kind of like, well, this person doesn't do it. Like, the reality of what it is that Wale, you make good music, but your music is consumed at this point. And by the way, you're beyond a veteran. It's consumed by the audience that really likes you. You get me? And you super serve them. I don't see a problem with that.
I mean, I don't think that Wale ever really misses. I felt like, that whole Diplo space was him like experiment. I'm happy that he didn't go too far with that. But this is a good project. I think that the problem with Wale, the problem with his situation is that every time he drops something, all people do is think about the person before they listen to the music. They think about like what he may have said or what he may have did or how he may have acted at this point or the other before they even listen to the music. And that even affects the way you listen to music. Like, if we talking in terms of music, his last two projects, this one and Wow That's Crazy, like, they're just as good as anybody else's shit that's coming out. And it should be supported more. You know what I mean? Like, for the music that he's making, if you've seen last year when he did the whole Black Panther thing and all that, now that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's because of what we're going through in this climate, now that's cool. But when he did it last year, people were just like, oh, okay, he didn't switch his gears again.
I think that's part of his frustration, like, over his whole career, even like that early record with Gaga that he didn't maybe love, like collaborating with pop stars or trying to introduce the, mainstream hip hop to Afro beats. You're right. Sometimes when he does it, maybe it doesn't necessarily hit at the time, or he's not in the right situation for it to hit, but then it feels like other people will come along and do it and get the credit. But yeah, the music has always been quality.
I feel like his
support. I was throwing you a question, really. Like, what does like supported more mean, though? Because he mentioned blackball, and like, I don't think Wale's blackballed. Like, why do we? What would constitute Wale being blackballed, other than Wale, and he should, as an artist, feel like his art should be consumed by more people. But like, why would he think he's blackballed? Maybe is it because the music doesn't go and get this huge reception? Like,
well, I guess I'm wondering
what.
But remember about the conversation that we was having the other day, right? So like, the conversation that we was having the other day was geared about like promotion and like not specifically paying for promotion, but having your music positioned a certain way so that it can be consumed. I mean, like, if you're dropping product in Foot Locker, you would want to be like, even if you feel like you can't compete with Nike, you want to be somewhere close when they walk in, right? It's like, I feel like Wale shit is just pushed to the back a bit, and I'm not gonna say that he's blackballed, because he's not blackballed with me. I never felt like that with him, but I do feel like because of his past shit, and maybe it's some stuff that might happen behind the scenes that I don't know, that people just deal with him a certain way, and I think that that's very obvious. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I think that that's very obvious. He's very outspoken. He's very outspoken. He always says how he feels, and I think that, in some cases, that might be taken as a threat, or that might be taken as he's sitting on his high horse. I think that he's just as good, if not better, than a lot of the artists of today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily merit that argument or complaint. It's like, say rapper, say JID, say Kaz, say Reason. You know what I mean? Say like Boogie, saying no. What I'm saying is that say they come out and basically say, hey, why y'all not supporting my shit like that other lyricist guy who, like, it doesn't work like that. It's not that easy in terms of the qualities here and whatever, and also in terms of, like, I was seeing he was talking about his label and stuff like that. Bro, they're gonna gauge your expectations. While you might be thinking everybody in the world, this should be on all the billboards, they're gonna look at it and be like, yo, hey, listen, your last project did this, and we understand we're probably the people that like.
Do they understand though? But wait a second. Do they really understand though? So like, it's cool. I mean, all the guys that you mentioned, they've only been in for a few years. Like, they've been grinding for a long time, but they haven't been in as long as Wale. Now, that's Wale's problem, or that's his issue. Do they understand my music? Like, I don't know who his A&R is. I don't know who's, heading his shit at at the label or whatever, but his gripe is like, okay, if I'm creating this type of music and this type of content, is the person that's, having the conversations with the DSPs or having the conversations on the promotional side or a syncing side, do they understand where I'm going with it? I think that's more of the issue, as opposed to people not just supporting. Because executives play a big role in that. You know what I mean? Executives play a big role in that, and that's his issue. It's like, other powers that be, like, why y'all might have signed me and brought me back in. Do y'all understand the mission that I'm on? And I think that that's just the message he's trying to convey. And people always take it, they think about, they seeing his tweets and they remembering an old interview and thinking that he's lashing out or something. I think it's cool for him to say what he's saying. And I don't really want to go there with the whole 6ix9ine thing, but if that nigga could get up and rant and rave and jump up and down and say how nobody supports him and people blackball him and this, that, and the third, and there's situations in 2 different stratospheres, then why does it look that negative when Wale does it in his space?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I definitely don't look at it as a negative thing. I guess I'm trying to understand. You get me? Like, I like, on a very simplistic level, I look at it and I say, Wale, honestly, like, for whatever reason, and maybe that's a bigger conversation, like, he probably looks at himself in that light of, even what J. Cole. And we've seen, like, there's some whatever. And even recently, people were talking about the protest thing. It was like, oh, yeah, y'all gonna recognize when J. Cole show up, but nobody, I just think, bro, it's not fair. Music isn't fair. It's not necessarily all the way meritocracy. You know what I mean? Like, I said that word wrong. Fucked it up.
Meritocracy,
anyway,
we got you.
Yeah, meritocracy. There you go, journalist. Anyway, so it's not gonna be fair all across the board. And I don't think that the level of artist that Wale is, maybe we could all even sit here and agree that, hey, his music probably should be, like, consumed on a higher level. But not every artist, their level of talent and the music they put out gets consumed by the audience that most would say is appropriated for it. Like, no, that doesn't happen. Actually, most of the artists that you would probably say is trash get consumed by way more people. So again, I think that's just the reality of the music business. So when I hear, like, blackballed, I'm like, if he could say, hey, listen, these radio stations don't want to play my record, I would be with him. Like, I'm all for the little guy. You get me? Like, the people who are getting blackballed, but I don't think that's the case.
Well,
so
in closing
I'm just confused on that.
Yeah, I understand. Wale's definitely been through a lot. Like you pointed out, he's been in the game for a long time, coming out with people like Cole and Cudi. And remember, he's also had some, like, public situations with people like Cudi, like, we thought were, in his class, being disrespectful and all that kind of stuff. So he's been through a lot. But if you're not familiar with Wale's catalog, my personal favorites are Ambition and the album About Nothing. And then go check out, like, his mixtapes. They're really amazing. So shout out to Wale. He does have an incredible discography. Let's close with this. Roger, I'm sorry. I know we're running a few minutes late. But Gunna was recently pretty upset. He got on Twitter to call out people who did not support his album Wanna. He said, for everyone who didn't post or support, throw up the middle finger emoji. I know. And I want to ask about this, Wayno. Obviously, no one would fuck with me because I'm terrible at posting or promoting anything, even my own work. So you've worked with artists a lot more closely than we have over the years. Why does this get people so upset? Are they expecting, artists that they're very close with to post, or people that they know casually? Or tell us more, please.
I just think that, like, for the guys who are locked in together, the ones that we see at these birthday parties together and, smoking and drinking, having a good time, that, like, when the album, I'm pretty sure that conversations happen within that, and they're like, yo, man, when your shit drop, we all gonna go hard for you. And you might not see the person that said they was gonna post your shit. I also feel like, me personally, I feel like, while there are certain artists that when they post your shit moves the needle, ultimately that doesn't really determine if your shit is gonna be a success or not. People like what they like regardless. I just think that, certain artists, like, if they post your shit, you expect them to based on whatever relationship you may have. And then I guess to play devil's advocate on the other side, some people just might not want to post your shit. People are very personal with their social media for some reason, like, they just might not want to throw them that alley-oop. So I don't know. I think that you should determine, and this is not specifically the Gunna, I'm just saying in general, like, you should determine where you're gonna go as an artist based on your work, as opposed to just a post on social media.
Academics, like, if there's an artist, for example, that you're not necessarily a super fan of, or you're not super familiar with their music.
I'm not posting that. I say straight up. Like, there's no.
What if Drake posted Nav's album? Then would you post it?
No.
Okay, anyway, so let's take Nav out of this question for a second. Just an artist whose music you're not super familiar with. Yeah, but
Okay.
if you see a lot of artists that you like and respect posting an album, are you then more likely to check it out and post it on your own page?
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, of course. Like honestly, I thought the support for Lil Durk was like was fantastic. But I'm gonna be honest. There's this thought. There's a rapper cool club. Remember the club we say Sign Gang is? There's a rapper cool club. There's a bunch of rappers. They're very personal, very cool with each other. They work with each other. They communicate. They joke, whatever. Kick it with each other when they're in each other's cities, and it's almost a shared kind of thing. I support you when it's my turn. You support me. Honestly, a lot of that shit is fake, super fake. Rappers like again, this is still competition. Like what rap is kind of now is almost what the NBA's turned into. Like, oh yeah, nah, we all cool, but it's kind of still like, yo, we're competing, and they do it on a very subtle level. Whether it's cars, flexing, like there's competition happening. First week sales,
Donations.
and I do think, yeah, like yeah, women, all of that. So I think a lot of times, and I know it as a fact, where like I've heard these conversations happen. Yo, you know when this nigga's album came out, man? I threw it on my story. I posted on my feed. I mentioned on live. Everybody go cop it. So and so album. When my shit came up, yo, he barely even want to throw it on his story. Like, how is that real? And I think for some people it's about numbers. They're like, oh, if more people, put my stuff up, I'll get more numbers. And some people it's about like, is that some fake shit? Like they're trying to figure it out. Like, bro, like we kick it all the time. Like we had these conversations, but you get funny when it comes to that. Rappers ain't funny about their social medias. They don't want to promote competition. And again, as much as you might like, they're not beefing. It's friendly competition. You get me? Like it's just kind of like shit talking a little bit. And I understand why Gunna would think that more people would support him. But by the way, remember, I think Lil TJ had a great point because he brought this up recently too. When he dropped his EP, which I still don't like that anybody mentions sales about an EP. That was an EP. He mentioned, French Montana posted Dirk, posted everybody else's shit. Did not post mine. I have him featured on the shit. I think that's a legit gripe. Nigga, we did a record together, at least post it. You know what I mean? And by the way, this is one thing I've also realized. I don't know if Wayno's ran into this. It gets also super political and like business with shit like that. There's certain collabs that they do the business on what it's gonna mean for the quote unquote the bigger artists to post it. I've heard, I don't want to mention either artist. An artist declined to even promote or support a record on social media after they didn't fuck with it and approve the final artwork, and they didn't like the last edit of the video. Wow. So the record came out, they're on the record, but they ain't gonna support like that. So for them, that's not no love. That's some genuine. We're doing business, and because these terms were not up to my standard, I'm not gonna support it. But I do think Gunna is like they're mad cool. Like that Atlanta
he's doing well without people. Like he sold 130 the first week.
But here's the thing though, Gunna also is probably one of those people. I don't think it's necessarily about sales. It was number one. Of course, he would probably want to do 100,000. But he's probably one of those people who, I see him give a lot of people verses, and Gunna is hot. Like Gunna get on your song and turn your song up with a verse. So he's looking around like, I give you a lot of verses, Enter, and you guys don't show the love back. I understand it, but my last sentence to wrap up this.
I was just about to say, goodness.
At least with him though, like he's gonna be fine. Like he's gonna be fine. Yeah. So like he don't gotta worry about none of this type of shit. And
I thought you was gonna say some prolific thing.
No, all right, no.
No, that's it. That's what we got.
Well, the prolific thing is this: people, you never want to say this because people start looking at you like maybe you're a failure, even when you're not. I remember when Dirk said, and people be like, you just mad that your album was flopping, and Dirk did good numbers, at least at the time when he said it. Gunna had a number one, but now you're looking at it like, maybe you wanted more numbers. So maybe this was like low. You get me? Now we start looking at it like, what Baby do? Damn, everybody do be like Dick Round Baby. Damn, Remember, it was Baby and you now, or niggas ain't really support you, bro. So it brings
with
eyes
conspiracy
on different
theories.
things. That's all I'm saying. That was
That was a really
statement.
long. That was definitely a run-on sentence, academics. I know you know.
Yo, they allowed us to go for more than 30 minutes. You know
Who is they?
Yo,
Who's they? You mean me? You're welcome, academics, for the extra 10 minutes to talk today.
I made 10 fake accounts, you know what I mean? The ones that, you know, we stream 6ix9ine with. And to comment on the Everyday Struggle thing saying, yo, why we can't have a longer show? Like, there ain't no time limit on YouTube.
It's you who've been trolling us all these years. All right, academics. I hope you enjoyed that extra 10 minutes, guys. Thank you for watching Everyday Struggle. Hope you have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
Yo, Wayne no space with us.